Recording in progress.
Before. Okay, we're back in open session. A, consider the approval of employments of new professionals. I don't think we have anybody, right?
No action, yeah.
No action for that. B, consideration to approve the employment of at wills.
Recommendation is that we approve the employment of the new at-will personnel as discussed and closed.
So move. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Questions, concerns? If not, all in favor? Motion carries.
What happened to Desmond? I mean, to Sam?
I mean,
Oh, okay.
they both,
Yes, yes.
let me see, I was gonna move something around. Bobby, are you ready? Well, I'm gonna move G. To action items, 7, that way you can make your presentation. Tell us a little about Fernando's that, and we're gonna be discussing a G, and we're trying to get him to come to Crystal City, but ya comenzó football, and so
I'm here on behalf of my cousin Roland Ramirez. He's the director of sports medicine and head trainer for the Houston Texans. He's the son of Fernando Ramirez. In lieu of flowers on his passing, we asked for donations and we did some fundraisers, and we decided to say, let's give it back to the school district. We love being here, working as a cross guard and a chain gang. So I said, it's only good for us to say, maybe one flowers. So we decided to give back to the school. He loved it working here. He liked part of the school district. So he said, I did talk to Desmond, the AD, see if we can push it to athletics or whatever you guys want. In any case, it's $2,500 is what we got, and I would like to donate that to the school.
any questions, comment for just Bobby, on behalf of Fernando's son, family, or whatever, we appreciate, what Fernando got very involved with the schools also as a cross guard, and I think helping you come in, and
Yeah, he helped me with the other guy's sports show. He was a critic in the stands. And he liked to shout and stuff.
Very friendly too.
he was also part of the chain gang.
So,
So se llevó, después que se fue, él se llevó a Nene.
then Mr. Rene Gonzalez, I would like to mention him. So they were the partners at the cross guard and chain gang.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how that happened, and God bless them both. But we just wanted to give back, and I asked, they told me they had to be approved by the board, so I'm asking you guys, want to take my money?
Can you tell me, Verones, go ahead.
Comment. First of all, I want to recognize, by this council, my friend Fernando Ramirez. He's my classmate, he's my friend, very close friend. His being a Javelina goes way back to when we were kids. Played junior high sports, high school sports together. I know he was deeply involved in baseball. I know that our senior year, our team were Weststone champions, and he was a vital member of that Javelina baseball team. He's always, we get together and he always talk about Javelina sports, 100%, 120%. It's unfortunate that God took him right now, but I know that we're gonna miss him every day, or at least I miss him every day.
And what I was gonna tell Ms. Garcia, that tell Ms. Verones when she's back to send him a letter of thanking him for donation on behalf of the school board. and the administration. He really wanted to be here, but
Yeah, he wanted to be here, but he is with the Houston Texans, so he is already full blown with his profession, so.
I'll just say something real quick. I was very amazed at how he was very helpful. He helped a lot of people, volunteering, taking them. They would ask me, I'm on my nap, and he did a great job.
He called me every day, he said, Bobby played today, where is he at, let's go, and let's go to baseball, let's go to football. And
But I'm talking helping other
no, and of course,
everything. I mean,
others,
he would not say no to anybody.
he was an Uber for a lot of people. And he enjoyed it, and my mom misses him a lot.
We're gonna miss him, the silence.
I just want to express thanks as well to for the donation. He did mention that he kind of expressed that he wanted to go to the athletic department, or is that what he expressed, or?
Yeah, well, when I think I spoke to Mr. Espinosa, he said if there's any specifics, so I called Roland and said, well, you know, he was part of the Shin Gang and athletics. But we really didn't, like he said, if there has to be a specific, I'd rather go to athletics, right? So I did talk to Coach Battle and told him about it, and it's like, I don't know if there's anything else you need. I'm willing to fundraise more if we need something else in behalf of Fernando. And in this case, Mr. Gonzalez as well.
thank you, Mr. Castillo.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
Let
it.
me know if it's approved. And
No, I mean, we're putting on it like,
That's a vote right now.
you think we're turn down,
Honey?
you think we would turn?
It was weird that I was gonna ask.
Need a motion
I so moved.
by Mr. Bonilla to approve the donation in the memory of Fernando Ramirez by his son. That was second.
Can I amend the motion?
second.
Oh, he second. Can I amend the motion?
Yes, sir.
Make a motion to accept the donation on behalf of Fernando Ramirez to be used by the athletic department. That's how I wanted to amend the motion. So, give it a direct use instead of just to the school district, since he expressed that he would like to.
Okay, we have an alternate motion. Is it okay, or you want to withdraw your motion, or?
Can we specify how the money's gonna be used? I wish we hadn't asked Miter to.
I think in other times that we've had donations, it's kind of been worded $100 for the NHS, $1,000 for X amount. And this is just to the district, but after talking with Mr. Castillo, he kind of expressed that he would like it to be used.
I'm gonna withdraw my motion so that his motion will proceed.
Okay. So then we have a motion by Mr. Martinez. Mr. Bonilla is withdrawing his motion, so do I have a second on that motion?
Second, Vincent.
Who made it? Sammy?
Sammy just seconded.
Okay, concerns, questions? If not, everybody in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
Got the team some dumbbells. Much needed.
okay, we're going back to action item. A, discussion action to approve the Crystal City ISD student dress code for 25-26 school year. Let's see.
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the CCISD student dress code for the 2025-2026 school year.
On that, I had talked to Madrones. In the one from last year, I mean, we included tattoos, and this one, I don't see tattoos. Or we gonna allow them to wear tattoos based on anyone, or?
The item number 3, indecent, inappropriate patches, writing, or drawings are prohibited on clothing, purses, bags, backpacks, personal belongings, and on body. When I met with the principals, that covered tattoos, the on body. And then
Not be visible.
they can
Is
have.
that what you're saying? Okay.
I would like for the word tattoo to be included somewhere because you know how kids are. Where is it? I mean, maybe there and tattoos, unless. I mean, I don't have a problem with the kids wearing tattoos, but I mean, that's been the.
As critical as attendance is, I don't either.
Yeah. So let's just set that. If anybody have a motion with the addition.
I guess I have a question on 15, on item 15. Shoes, flip-flops, shoes, metal cleats. Is that specific, like with Crocs and all of that as well, or what is the? It says they're prohibited.
No, house shoes, flip-flops, shoes with metal cleats or tabs, shoes with wheels and steel or hard plastic toe boots are prohibited unless required for CTE courses. No, it does not specify Crocs.
Do Crocs fall under flip-flops or house shoes,
No.
or are they just shoes?
They will be allowed.
The Crocs? The principals didn't have an issue with Crocs.
So we're gonna include it, or
I was just having a question whether the principals don't have an issue with it or anybody doesn't have an issue with it, it's fine.
I move, if I may, are you asking for a motion, sir?
yes, sir.
I move that we accept the dress code with the modification that it should say the word tattoos, maybe in parentheses have the word drawings, so there'll be no question about what it is meant.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Ms. Young. Questions, concerns? Not all in favor? Motion carries. Semi, you over there.
Yes.
Next thing on the agenda is the discussion action to approve the resolution regarding Senate Bill 12 and parents' rights. Yeah.
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution regarding Senate Bill 12 and parents' rights as presented.
Basically, that's what what are we approving as far as rights or?
It's a new Senate bill that has to be, it has to be approved.
No.
And the state of Texas, that I think House Bill 12, the state legislature passed this thing to prevent providing of DEI, with diversity, equity, and inclusion. Basically, that's what it's saying, and the district has to approve it. That one,
Just an approval from the board.
as presented.
As presented.
Okay, do I have a motion? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. O'Neill. Second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Espinosa. Questions, concerns?
Yes, I have a comment. I had a hard time making the motion, and I'm gonna go with it, but it's kind of hard to deal with this, especially in a community like Crystal City, where the percentage of minorities are very high, all kinds. So it's kind of hard not to get involved in diversity, not get involved in inclusion and equity, because of the fact that we're mainly Hispanic or Chicanos, that's what I use. We have some kids that are non-Hispanic. We have kids that are various sexual orientations, and it's hard not to, I think as a retired teacher, it's hard not to work with those kind of issues.
guess I had some questions. I guess there's a lot of things within Senate bill that were required, right, is for the district. And it wasn't just DI incentives or anything. It also spoke about sexuality and things. How's the district going to address all of this outside there? Does the resolution itself hold any or have any wordage or verbiage that is part or included in part of the Senate as SB 12, or does it paraphrase it in any way?
I know that we're expecting more guidance from TASB in October. And for now, we have to approve this resolution as is, and then once we get the guidance, that's where we are able to, I guess, shape it.
That's just one side of it too. There's also things in there that talk about the syllabus and everything having to be posted for the district, the district to provide the syllabus and have it posted for all classes offered. How is the district gonna approach that, or do we currently do that?
Most teachers have something in place already. It's just a matter of getting a bit more specific. Our teachers do have a pacing calendar, and they do have a year at a glance where they already have it planned. They already have planned out what they are going to be teaching for the year and by 6 weeks and by unit. So it's just a matter of getting just a bit more specific.
So this is a generic resolution created by the state. It's issued to all created by TEA for all districts assigned.
I'm not sure honestly where this came from, if it came from our attorneys or if it came from the state. Ms. Carlos, do you know where this document came from?
From the lawyers.
The lawyers? Okay, our attorneys.
No more comments or questions.
Well, I guess the only thing I would like to see is actual wording or, referencing the actual SB 12 or education code. It just references a text education code, chapter 26A, but I think there's a lot of additional citings that could be added to the resolution. And also, there's also item 4, I guess it talks about, this is to the DEI, it's an employee or contractor who intentionally or knowingly engages in or assigns to other persons diversity, equity, and inclusion duties, or engages in prohibited instruction will be disciplined up to and including termination. My questions to that is it gonna be like a stepped term of discipline, or is it gonna go straight to being let go? And who decides those different levels of discipline? Is there gonna be strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, and it's a lot of additional.
And I can take that before Ms. Briones when she gets back, and we can discuss that with our attorneys, with Mr. Cruz and Mr. Perez. But again, we're still waiting for more
information.
more guidance, more clarification from TASB.
And the state's I guess the requirement is to have it approved by a certain date?
Yes.
Right, which is?
I believe it's before September 1st.
I don't think from this one, September 1st.
You want us to approve it tonight and then bring anything new to the table later?
We have to approve it.
Yeah.
And I mean, once we approve it, when so I know TASB, I've been calling, they're working on it.
I don't have an issue.
They're telling us we're still in limbo. I mean, we got all this thing, and so even them, so.
Because I know there's updates to the grievance process and everything as well, and that's another big one that it's not clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know if the district has policies in place yet, or
For the grievance process, that particular, we received training from our attorneys already. Several of us have attended trainings twice, and we're waiting for documents from our attorneys.
And will the district be providing professional development training to the employees of how to move forward with the DEI, with the different type of, I guess, sexuality requirements and all this, or is it just going to be
Once we get the guidance from TASB.
Do I have a motion to approve?
It's been done, sir. I make the motion, it was seconded by Peggy.
Okay, we have a motion second. Any more discussion, concerns? If not,
Gabe, sorry.
all in favor? Okay, motion
Against?
Sorry, Gabe.
against? Okay, one against. Okay. Okay, C, discussion action to open a new at-will position, a speech language pathology assistant. Garcia,
That the Board of Trustees approve the addition of a district-wide speech-language pathologist assistant, SLPA, for the 2025-2026 year. And we have Ms. Mendoza here.
Good evening, board. So, what we're proposing to the table is to open a new at-will position for assistant pathologist assistant. As I think if you all recall, last week, we did ask about how many students that we serve. We currently serve about a little bit over 150 students, to 21, and these are just identified as speech students. And afterwards, I think after that meeting, we were able to receive our summary of finance, which kind of gives us an idea of our budget for this upcoming school year. And working with our business office and of course our superintendent of schools, we found that we had a goal in common this year. We do want to reduce the amount of contractor costs. And one of the ways to do that is to have in-house people. So in looking at the budget, this also provides us by having someone in-house long-term savings. We keep the person in-house. We're able to provide, consistent and quality therapy services to our students. Because a contractor is only available when they're available. So I did also look at our current, because we just approved a contract for a therapist assistant. And looking at a contract, it does say, we can alter the agreement or terminate it as long as it's a mutual agreement, and then we can do it within writing. So we wouldn't be violating any contract that we're currently in, as school hasn't started yet. So I'm hoping that we'll put this position, because that way we have someone in-house and ultimately reduce the amount of.
let me ask you a question. When we have students in ECI programs, migrant programs that turn 3 years old, the school district has to take them now, right?
Yeah, so if they qualify, so we do, and that's what we used to work on. So we are in partnership with ECI, so it's early childhood intervention. So those students, because they are like in the vicinity of our district, or through the child find process and ECI intervention, so those students, they get referred to the school district before they turn 3 years old, and then the school district then assesses them and then determines and makes recommendations based if they qualify or not. So.
But our pathologists have.
And they do have to serve them, so it's either, now that there isn't a pre-K program, but, we still have a bring-in service. So we have children coming in, at certain times during the instructional day to receive therapy services, because and it happens as soon as their birthday occurs. So we have to assess them, have our ART meetings before the third birthday, and then once their third birthday occurs, that's when we have to start providing services. Because they are so little, most of the time it is, parents are joining them, and so we can't necessarily always provide group settings for those because we don't want to violate any student's privacy or their rights. So usually those sessions are individual, so that also takes up time from our current speech SLPA schedule. And then, like I mentioned, working with contractors are only available at their schedule when they're available. So having a position open is going to give us more flexibility in terms of students. And also, like I said, keeping our numbers at our intervention at a good ratio where they can the therapists can provide quality services for the students.
Yes, Mendo, when you say Fund 123, is that your sped fund?
Yes, ma'am, that is city code for it. That is the local fund. So 123 is our new local fund. It used to be a 199, but now it's 123 because our PICS code is 23. So it's an easy way to identify the account that's funding the position.
Okay, and would an assistant language pathologist assistant, I'm assuming that would be somebody that's certified in the field, or?
Yes, ma'am. So they would have to have their certificate. So they have to have their bachelor's. They have to have their license through Texas Licensing Department, which It says that they're licensed. I know it's good I think every 2 years it has to be updated. And then they do have to, maintain their license. So every year they have to kind of get their CEUs, which would be monitored, once they come on board. And then, like I said, once, we do have Ms. Reina who can add them to their license, unless she already has them on their license, and then we can, once that shift transitions into January, then I can put that assistant under my license, so that would eliminate like supervision fees and then easier close monitoring to make sure that that person is up to date with their license.
And you're going to pay for this? Are you anticipating more money from the state?
I know, at least for right now, I know how much that we are gonna be getting for this academic year with our summary of finance. I do know because of that, so there are some changes coming. But even without that extra money coming in, I know we can fund this position with the budget that we're creating for this year.
So you're certain you can fund it out of your spend?
Yes,
Okay.
What was the total spent on contract services last year for this position?
For this position, it was about 20,000. Ms. Garcia would help me with the invoices.
That was only, I mean, she was doing,
It was only one.
we have one full-time, but then this lady was contracted and she was coming to do it, so
She was only
it's
coming
like,
4 days, no, I'm sorry, she was only coming 2 full days, so it's 2 full days. One like half day, which is like on Monday, she would come 1 half day, 2 full days, and then, I'm gonna make a correction. She would come 2 full days, which was Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mondays in the AM, and then Fridays, every other Friday, every other Monday in the AM.
And did that meet the needs of the district, or that met all the needs?
It did, but then at the same time, we're looking at caseloads. So we're looking at caseloads. So of course, our in-house therapists have to take a majority of that caseload. And when you look at it, average caseloads around, districts or anywhere around for any one assistant, you have about anywhere from like 70 to 80 kids. We're at about 150, 160. And so the contractor can only pick up so many. That leaves a brunt of the caseload to our current SLPA. And she did it. I mean, she's amazing. The SLP we have is amazing, and she did it, and our students got all the services they need. But at the same time, it's, we're brunting a lot of the caseload. So it's collaborations and things like that. They're occurring, but we also don't want to wear out our staff as well.
So if you divided the caseload in half and gave half to the assistant and the contract worker, how much would it increase from the 20,000?
About another like 17.
Because the position of a SLPA per our plan, maximum was about $65,000 for the year, right? And 192 days. So, I mean, that's a lot more than.
And it just depends on
40,000.
the years of experience. So the years of experience are really going to kind of matter, because if you have someone with less year of experience, the higher end of the income is for someone who has about 20, 25 plus years experience. I know SLPs around the area, and they're all around my age or older. But it matters with the experience. So we go with experience age. So they wouldn't be starting at that higher end. I believe if we had anybody around here applying, we would be more in the like early to mid range. And even with that, we would still be able to cover it, because overall contracted fees, we did spend a lot of money. So if we can save it, even if we have to invest a little bit more to have a position, like I said, it's a long-term savings because we have someone in-house and that position is already open. So in years to come, if one of my SLPs decides to retire or decides to, move, that position is already here and we can fill it within, we can have another opening or apply for it because that position has already been established and already been.
and your recommendation was what?
Recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the addition of a district-wide speech language pathologist assistant, SLPA, for the 2025-2026 school year.
A motion,
Motion.
done by Mr. Espinosa, second.
I'll second.
Second, by Sammy Houston. Questions, concerns? Not all in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have the E. It's a long one, consideration of.
You want me to read the whole thing, right?
Well,
Or do I read it after?
You have to.
After, right?
No, you have to read the.
For the 2025-2026 school year, we delegated contractual authority to obligate the school district under Texas Education Code, Section 11.1511, subsection C, subsection 4, to the superintendent solely for the purpose of obligating the district under Texas Education Code, Section 48.257, and Texas Education Code, Chapter 49, subchapters A and D, and the rules adopted by the Commissioner of Education as authorized under Texas Education Code for 49.006. This included approval of the agreement for the purchase of attendance credit, the agreement for the purchase of attendance credit, netting Chapter 48 funding, or the agreement for purchase of attendance credit and netting Chapter 48 funding.
Does she have to read the rationale, miss? Or? Does she have to read the rationale or?
No, not the rationale, just the
Okay.
recommendation. That's the wording that needs to be.
Word per word.
So your recommendation is,
Recommendation is for the 2025-2026 school year, we delegated contractual authority to obligate the school district under Texas Education Code, Section 11.1511, subsection C, subsection 4, to the superintendent, solely for the purpose of obligating the district under Texas Education Code 48.257 and Texas Education Code, Chapter 49, subchapters A and D, and the rules adopted by the Commissioner of Education as authorized under Texas Education Code 49.006. This included approval of the agreement for the purchase of attendance credit, the agreement for the purchase of attendance credit netting Chapter 48 funding, or the agreement for purchase of attendance credit and netting Chapter 48 funding.
we have a motion.
So moved.
Right. Could I ask,
Let me just make a motion second and then you can, you motion, sir?
Yes.
I'll second it. Peggy?
can I ask Robert a question about this?
Yes.
I don't understand this.
If the district happens to generate excess revenue or further revenue than is projected right now at this time, because the tax office changes the value, bringing us more money, then we have more money per children, per child, we have to return some of that money to the TA. This happened something like around 2009, 2010, when we were in that position, and the district, the board elected to pay it off the top. The district had revenues, so they just asked TA to reduce it off the payment, and that settled it from then on. And we did not have that any further after that because the values adjusted.
This has to do with the recapture, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Has TAA had any inclinations that we're gonna be in a recapture district? I don't think we've been in a recapture district for a while, right, so.
Our values dropped from the preliminary values to the certified values, they dropped some, so it doesn't look that good.
And they don't release the numbers until about February, correct?
Yes, TA.
TA.
The controller, so the appraisal district will provide them in January to the controller after they settle.
So this would be a plus.
Well, it just simply says that if we do gain, the district is obligated to contribute. That's all.
But the way this motion is worded is it's giving the superintendent the authority to enter this agreement now,
Right.
right?
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
I'd like to enter an alternate motion. I move that the Board of Trustees authorize the superintendent to prepare an agreement for the purchase of attendance credit for the 2025-2026 school year, only if the Texas Education Agency certifies that Crystal City ISD is subject to recapture under Chapter 48 of the Texas Education Code. Execution of the agreement shall not occur until the Board of Trustees reviews the TA certification and grants final approval at a subsequent board meeting. This authorization is intended to ensure the district's readiness to comply with state requirements while maintaining full board oversight of the decision to obligate district funds.
Okay, so we have an ultimate motion, we have a second for that ultimate motion. Not, it dies. Vote on the first motion, all in favor? Against?
Abstain.
Everyone.
Abstain.
Okay, discussion to approve a resolution regarding participation of homeschool students, participation in UIL activities. The recommendation was,
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve a resolution regarding the participation of non-enrollees in UIL activities for the 2025-2026 school year, to decline, opt out of the participation for non-enrolled students in UIL activities. And we have Mr. Coach Battle here for any questions.
Thank you for having me, board. Thank you for your donation.
me,
So basically what this is saying, I polled the ADs around the district, around the area. When this bill came out, a lot of ADs in the area are saying they do not recommend homeschool kids participate in athletics. And the reason for that is when we do our strength training or when we do our practice in the school day, those kids are gonna not show up to that and just show up to game. And we just don't want nobody getting hurt because of the not preparation for it. So that's just my recommendation.
but you have a kid, 300 pounds, 250 pounds.
Those kids, if that was to happen, they'll get enrolled.
You would drag them into.
I got a 3-bedroom house.
So you're saying you don't
It's
want,
not beneficial. We don't have any kids currently that that we can kind of see and learn from, but it's from talking to other ADs, Hondo, Jordanton, everybody in the district and the surrounding areas are saying no to this bill.
Do we have any data of homeschool students that are in our area?
No, once they declare homeschool, the education falls on the parents.
so this will only be, would this be voted on every year?
Yes.
I believe so.
Because you never know, you might get some transfers and,
This one only.
Yeah, we-
No, this is
25,
about
26.
keeping them at school. Homeschool, you don't send them to school at all.
I understand that, but if we pass it right now, I don't want it lingering on next year. Can we vote on it every year?
It says for 25, 26,
I think it's supposed to be voted on every year by a certain date of the year.
it's only for this year.
And if we get a student like that, I don't think you're gonna keep them home right.
You're gonna get 3 linemen that come,
To your lips.
I'm not,
One big one,
Yeah, we gotta
6'4",
Peggy?
6.
I'm not gonna say any names, but I got phone calls last year from some very hefty taxpayers that call me because their boys couldn't play basketball. So it's always been my understanding it was up to the superintendent, so I told them it was out of my hands. But, I mean, they pay big taxes in the district, in Zavala County, but, I mean,
I think,
up to y'all.
Yeah, as far as boys not playing basketball, you can't just walk onto a team and expect to play. There's rules and protocols you have to follow. Attending practice regularly, passing your classes regularly, following directions of what is asked of you.
get
Those
that.
three will get you on the court faster than a taxpayer's dollars, in my opinion.
I think that's been kind of the argument, or from the research that I've done, that's the argument where taxpayers, we're paying for the part of the district and they want to be able to reap the benefits of the district, right? But the argument from the district side is the district has a lot more stringent activities or, things set in place for kids to meet the standards, right? Whether it's academics, they have to pass, whether they're an ISS and they can't play that day. There's a lot of additional things that people that are enrolled have to go through, right? And if a homeschool student doesn't fall into those same type of rigor, right?
Yeah, and that's the
And
argument.
it starts to become hopefully a parent doesn't change the grades or alter the grades for the kids at homeschool, right? And then they're passing and, vice versa, whatever we're saying, right?
I get it.
So,
I totally do.
Recommendation,
That the Board of Trustees approve a resolution regarding the participation of non-enrollees in UIL activities for the 2025-2026 school year to decline the participation for non-enrolled students in UIL activities.
a motion,
So move.
yeah, second.
second.
Second by Mr. Martinez. Questions, concerns? Not, all in favor?
Favor.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you, Coach.
Have discussion action to approve the 2005, 2006 Crystal City Compensation Plan. And I think on that, there's a recommendation to table it till next week,
Table it till next week.
till Monday, at the
Yes.
Monday meeting.
Yes, that,
Meeting on Monday? I thought it was Wednesday.
Monday. Today's Wednesday. It's-
No,
Either one was set.
I put it on the wrong date? Hold up.
when is the next board
I thought it
meeting?
was Wednesday too.
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, I thought it was Wednesday.
They're gonna schedule another one for Monday, the 25th, and then the rest of it to the Wednesday on the 27th.
For the final approval.
So we have one on the 25th,
Yes. Going to that one.
and then one on the 27th.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay,
27th is for the public hearing on the tax rate and budget,
what's the 25th for?
budget workshop.
Oh, okay, all right.
And the 27, the text, the
That's when the tax rate.
rate and approving the budget.
That's at 5:30?
Yes, sir.
So on this, I mean, we're going to table it. Do we have to do a motion or, well, do we have a motion to table?
A motion.
Motion by Mr. Martinez, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Espinosa. Questions, concern, not all in favor
You're asking us to table the
for
compensation?
Monday?
Aren't we pushing it kind of close to the deadline?
On the compensation, I mean, it's a couple of things were added that they want us to review. Most of it should be the second.
Okay.
So,
I agree, I think we are pushing a little bit close, but since, I guess, Ms. Briones is not here right now, and I don't know if Ms. Garcia has all the answers to the questions that we might have. It may be,
Will she be here on Monday?
probably, he said.
More than likely, but there's still that.
I know,
Is there any way you can make this print bigger?
it's the other part.
We will work on getting it to you.
that's one of my questions, like, this is different than what was given in our board packet?
Yes, I believe a couple of things were added as per discussion. I don't know where it was discussed, but I know that they were discussed, and it's not a lot of major changes.
I think some of the things that were put there were the thing on the para coaches.
Yes.
There was one thing that was added that we haven't, the other thing that was added on the $60,000 that we have, that some are saying, well, give it to the paras,
Oh,
give it to the vice principals, because my understanding is that now some teachers with the $8,000 raise are gonna be making more money than some, so we wanna give them things like that, I mean, but, and the rest, I would say about 90% of it is the same thing. Teachers, I mean, we can't do anything about that, they already got the raise, so, okay, so did we vote on, yeah,
No, we haven't voted.
okay, all in favor of? Okay,
In favor.
and on G, we already did that one, informational items, presentation, employee health insurance benefit package, 526,
Table, sorry, but what was the vote for the table?
6,
6-0?
5-1. Ms.
I didn't want to table it. I'm a no.
Okay.
5-1.
5-1.
Everyone?
Informational items, health insurance, person.
Wait, Mr. Angel Alemán, with the companies that provide us some information as to the cost of the plans and their benefits.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Well, I'm hoping, some of this is small print too. I know you wanted, you wanted to print a little bigger, but I tried to get it as big as I can. I know this is these are big forms, but
Thank you.
no problem. I was fighting the printer before I got over here. And
Do you have a presentation that they can share?
I don't have the digital copy with me right now. I do have a copy, I just don't have it with me. We're gonna bounce around a little bit because, again, what we're doing this year is a little different from what we do historically here. My understanding,
Are you from the same company that?
Higginbotham, yes, sir. So Higginbotham's the brokerage firm. We took over y'all's business. So this is gonna be our second year as a married couple, right? Trying to do our best job for you guys as our client. And in that, the reason why I say this is a different year, you're gonna see informational there on your agenda because that's kind of what it is today. Just to kind of give you a state of the union, this is where we're at, and then kind of our suggestions, right? So my understanding is that the district right now is in a financial situation where insurance premiums are a little backed up. And so when that happens, we've got to find solutions to see how can we come to the table with low or minimal impact to the employees from a benefit standpoint, meaning deductibles. And then from a client standpoint, how can we do that with the policy and it, at the end of the day, be less, right? Be a little cheaper. So when we do that, we call it going to the market. So we go to the market to see what other insurance companies are offering from a cost and a benefits perspective. And in that, we put it in this little presentation, we deliver it to you, and we think we found a little bit of a solution. So I'm gonna bounce around a little bit because I'm gonna tell you all the story. And remember, the numbers that you're gonna see are annual numbers. Our next step at the top here is to drill it down, to start talking about how it's gonna impact your employees from a per pay period standpoint. And I have some general numbers.
When you jump around, tell us which page to go.
Yes, sir. So right now, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start on page 5. Go on page 5, basically what we're doing here is I'm showing y'all what your current benefits are, current plan.
Yeah, pretty.
I'll let you guys look at it. So again, on page 5, here in the top, kind of in the meat of the presentation, these are the current benefits. So the numbers I'm gonna talk about, your low plan is a $3,200 deductible. The mid plan is a $500 deductible, and then y'all's buy-up option to the employees is a $300 deductible. So if anybody knows anything about insurance, that is super cheap and low in terms of a deductible. So deductible means if you end up in a hospital, as soon as you meet that $500, the district's paying the rest of the claims. So I can sprain my ankle. After I sprain my ankle and I walk out of that emergency room, cost me $650, the district from any treatments I have for the rest of the year are coming out of pocket on the district. So when you just that little bit of that tidbit in and of itself, if I have a cancer, I can end up with $200,000 claim. I'm only paying $500 of that, and the district's starting to pay the rest. So as you can imagine, it starts hitting the pockets, right? Because on the district side of the house. So most of your population, I would say about 70% of them are on that middle plan with the $500 deductible. So I'm gonna talk a lot about that plan because that's where most of the population is at. I know it's small print, but if you look down here, we've got the enrollment counts where it says Plan 2, and it starts 76, 6, 22, 21. That's where most of the people are, and Plan 2 is that middle option. So when I say Plan 2, just know I'm talking about where most of your folks are enrolled. Now currently, where it says current, these are the current monthly premiums that the district has for these plans. These monthly premiums have been in place, as far as our records go, to 2019. Because remember, we took over in 2023. I've had to do some research and digging to get historical information and it's been a little bit of a challenge, but I've been able to definitely confirm that these have been the same rates. Has y'all's car insurance rates been the same? No.
Nope.
No. So if you think about 2019 to now, we're looking at almost 6 years where those rates have not changed, not only from a monthly standpoint, but not even for the employees. So if I've been with the district for 6 years, I haven't paid $1 more. But insurance claims and all that keep going up. So there's a deficiency there. That's why the district, in my analysis, is struggling a little bit to make payments because we're having to pay claims. And after I meet a $500 deductible, I can have 10 employees that have cancer and I'm paying the rest of it. So recommended is what it really should be as of today. With inflation, trend, this is where our financial team at Higginbotham went and did an assessment for me. And they said, Angel, had they have step therapied, increased those rates almost in a step therapy type thing over the last 6 years, this is where these are where the rates should have landed. Notice the difference up here. So if you just look at this first one, 473 versus where they say it should be at 891, it's almost half. So the rates haven't changed. And so in speaking with the team here, and once I really drilled down, I started saying, okay, there definitely is a problem. There's an imbalance here. And now that I've given you all the bad news, now I'm going to bring a little bit more bad news into it, but start talking about how we can trend in the right direction from an insurance standpoint. Now, I have
I have a question on
yes, sir.
page 5.
Page 5. Yeah.
The first column at the very bottom.
Yes, sir.
They said we have employees only 44.
Yeah.
So those automatically, they don't pay anything, any premium.
Right. Those don't pay a premium. The district covers that.
And who's responsible to let them know that that's available? The district?
District. We do that at open enrollment every year. So at every year in August, last year I came in personally. I went to all the schools. We did what we call open enrollment. It's a big announcement. Hey guys, now's the time to make your elections, to enroll, and that's how we do the.
So if somebody says, well, I never heard of it, it's not true, because you guys go around doing it.
Well, the HR team would definitely quarterback that like they did, like it normally would be. The HR team, that's kind of one of their primary job duties.
Make sure to let them know that it's free and.
Yes. So usually that's a hiring tool. Like if I'm hiring, if I'm a recruiter, I'm saying, hey, if you come to work for me, we've got a medical option where you don't pay $1. Right? That's usually what we see it used as a hiring mechanism, that you have a free plan. Good question. Now, I'm going to skip 6 for a second. I'm going to go straight over to page 7. And I'll come back to 6 to continue to tell my story. But here on 7, what we did, again, guys, we went out to the market. Normally, we don't do that. Normally, last year anyway, I can't speak for normally because last year was the first year I hunkered down on this plan, on this group. And we're like, hey, we were able to save 10% overall cost annually. We came in here, it made sense. We got the hands raised for the whole team here, and we moved on. Last year, there was a little bit of savings when we first looked at what the options were. This year, because we're struggling to get premiums in and there's an imbalance, all the things that were already referenced, the deductibles are ridiculously low. They're not even what the market should be. We went out and said, okay, if we're gonna save money, a lot of times the way to do that is to change your funding, which right now y'all are what's called self-funded, meaning the district is responsible for paying everything. Insurance, claims, and in the prescription coverage as well. So y'all are responsible for paying all of that. And a lot of times that works if your group's healthy and you've done the step therapy where you've increased my premium as an employee over the years, the monthly premiums that have increased over the years, then it kind of makes sense. But that hasn't happened, so the district has been paying a lot more in claims because the claims costs get more. Why do claims costs get more? Because the doctors charge you more. Where you used to get an x-ray for $50, now it's $125. So then the district has to pay those types of things. So with that being said, and I know it's small print, but there's a number down here. It's 3.1 million. So with the current plan setup, the overall cost for the plan right now, y'all stay with it, is $3.1 million. With the same co-pays, same deductibles, we don't change the cost to the employees, everything stays exactly the same. It's an estimated cost, obviously, we haven't gone into the whole next year yet. So remember, 3.1 million. When we went to Blue Cross, we said, if we stop the self-funded option where you guys are paying everything. So claims, when you're self-funded, you can pay 20,000 one month, and then suddenly everybody goes to the doctor, it's 100,000 the next month, and then it's peaks and valleys. If you go to fully insured, and I wrote it out here, it's a fixed cost. So the insurance company says, these are the premiums where we're at the insurance company gonna take all the risk. We're gonna pay everything. So 942.87, 1160, 1214, those are the rates. That's a big difference compared to the left side where I put the rates just side by side, y'all can see it. This is what it is now. This is what the market says it should be with the same deductibles. We go fully insured. So when we do that, if we were to go fully insured, it would be a 1.79% annual increase. That's just, this is illustrative, I want y'all just to see. If we go fully insured, where you're gonna pay the exact same premium every month, it's not gonna be peaks and valleys because the claims were higher one month to the other. It's only a 1.79% increase. So that's just a quick story. Our recommendation, if we go to page 8, I still got that 3.1 million over here on the left because I want to keep it there through all these pages so you can see. If we still go to the fully insured platform, the premiums are still a little bit more, but notice on the bottom where I had 1.7%, it's now minus 26%. Do you see that? So if you were to go to a fully insured platform where the insurance company is telling you, we're charging you all these premiums, fixed premium, no up, no down. The only reason why you're gonna see a change is because somebody got hired and enrolled for the first time or somebody got canceled. The reason why it's so much cheaper right here is that estimated annual cost is 2.7. So I want y'all to put your eyes on that 2.743 million. That's what it would be annually compared to 3.1 million, okay? You're probably like, why? How the heck does that make sense? It's because the 3.1 million includes all those claims. The stop loss insurance, the prescription insurance, all those things y'all have to pay, it's all bundled together at $3.1 million at the end of the day. And you're only charging you're only charging, that $473 should really be 800 and something to the employees, right? Monthly. It should have increased. So the district is paying the difference in premium. The district is paying all those claims I just talked about that can be different every month, and they're paying the insurance costs. So y'all are paying all that stuff, and it changes month to month. If you go to fully insured, it's a lower cost because you're not paying anything extra. You're not paying the extra insurance costs. You're not paying the extra claims. It's just one premium every month, and you're done.
That's also increasing the deductibles and things to the employees, right?
That was my next, yes. So in order to also do that, to bring the premium down, we had to increase the deductibles. Good call out. So it goes from, on the low plan, from $3,200 to $5,000, on the mid plan from $500 to $1,500, and on the low plan, $300 to $750. That's still below the market. I have insurance, I work for an insurance company, I'm on the mid plan, and I have a $3,500 deductible. I'm in insurance. That's the market. So the district just hasn't grown with what the market has. It's basically the story I'm trying to say. And again, even though these monthly premiums look more expensive, the annual cost is cheaper because you don't pay anything extra than these amounts. Where currently, you're paying extra because you're paying excess claims, you're paying excess on the stop loss, on the insurance that you guys have to pay for, so that if an employee has $75,000 more in claims, you don't have to worry about it as a district. That's stop loss. I know I've said that, I'm not even sure y'all know how that works, but stop loss insurance keeps you capped so that each individual employee doesn't go over 75 grand. So if you had that cancer and it was 200,000, you're really only gonna pay 75 for me for the year, and then you're done. That's what the insurance does. It protects you guys for those catastrophic / worst case scenarios. So that, in a nutshell, why we're recommending going from self-funded, where it might have made sense when the district was 350, 400 employees, but now that we've gone down to about 240 with 188 employees enrolled, you guys have come down market and now kind of fit back into that old fully insured platform. And again, if just above that minus 26%, you're saving them 417 grand by doing that annually. That's a big savings.
That's the savings to the district, correct?
Well, that's an overall savings, but to the district, it's roughly 590,000 at the end of the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, the difference in price here we currently have is about $500, right? 300 to 500.
So that's another good call, and that's why the informational piece, like I said, it's just this annual, but if we drill down to the employees, let me give you an example. If we say, hey, district, y'all are gonna pay $779, 76, you're gonna still contribute that employee-only amount. Right now, so the employees right now, their portion is 810,000. The district's portion is roughly 2.3 million right now today. If we move to the option that we're talking about, the district portion goes from 2.3 to 1.7 million. That's the $590,000 difference. Do the math, 2.3 minus 1.7, it's about 590. And then the employees portion goes from 810 up to 984. So their portion is gonna increase, which it should. But this is, I'm gonna give you just a quick number because I didn't crunch them all. So for example, that mid plan, remember I said that's where most of your people are enrolled. Right now, if you're an employee only, you're paying $97.50 a paycheck. If we were to do where the district contributes $779, it goes from $97.50 to $109.16 a paycheck. That's $9. So, and the impact, again, I'm talking about that mid plan, that $500 deductible, because that's where most everybody's at. And I know y'all employees know how to use the benefits, because when I was here last year for the first year, I had a bunch of people sit with me. They know about it. They know how to use it. They know how the benefits work. I've had so many people say, hey, I came back to the district just because of the insurance, and I was meeting people for the first time, you know, and so I know they know how to use it, and they are educated on it. So when they see, if we go to this platform and they see the increase in deductibles, they're gonna say something. We're gonna hear about it. I can guarantee you that. There's no secrets here.
Do you have a ballpark number with person and a spouse and a kid?
Like who's enrolled?
No, just an amount of what the deductible or what the cost for the employee is gonna increase.
If you have a kid, I do have
A spouse and a kid, yeah, what's the cost?
So if you have a family, if you're on that mid plan, you're going, I'll tell you. So this is where it gets significant, because I'm gonna preface my response to you with this. When you offer insurance, we're offering insurance to our keyword here, employees. When we put the ad that we're hiring somebody, you're hiring me as the employee. I love all the families, and I know this is a small town, everybody knows everybody. You know, we all wanna take care of our employees' families, but at the end of the day, ultimately, you're bringing in the employee to work for you, so you're gonna incentivize the employee. So I'm prefacing it with that. If we change and the district only contributes to $779, the premium goes right now, it's $442 for family coverage. It would go to $744. That's a big difference to have your whole family on the plan, on still that mid plan. But again, that's not out of the norm of insurance and business just in general, because your goal is to hire the employee, and if you're profitable, then you can contribute more to your family or to the families. You know what I mean? So it will, there's gonna be some impact. 100%, that was just one example. My goal next is to break it all down so you see every tier level, employee and spouse, employee and children, and employee and family, all the plans. But that's why I prefaced it with, this charge is really led to the employees. we're just gonna be straight. Because right now, if we continue at 3.1 million and the way we're in arrears on some of these insurance premiums, it's not sustainable. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't come with you guys and hit you with numbers and facts. So fully insured, it's our recommendation. If you go to the other pages you're gonna see that we just went to the market with other insurance companies, United Healthcare, which is the next comparable insurance company, and then there's a new company in the market called Curative, and you'll see they were all more expensive. So my reason for showing you guys that is just so you can see that we did go and try to get what we could and find the best options for that. And Blue Cross, because you're already with them, they gave you a pretty sweet deal considering the situation. Minus 26%, again, that's an overall change, but going in the negative is just rare in insurance these days. And that the fact that we were able to do it, we presented it to the team last week, we huddled up first, but Charles gonna come up here and talk about it. They're doing what we're doing, we're not like, man, for some of these costs, man, they're a lot. I just can't believe this is where it's at. Angel, what can we do? We've gotta have options, and that's what I did. And so, again, this is kind of the lay of the land, state of the union. I know it said informational, and I've given y'all a ton of information, but if you're gonna earmark this booklet, and I'll get a digital copy out, it's gonna be page 8, that really is the recommendation from Higginbotham that we have to the district to go from self-funded to fully insured. There's gonna be a savings this year, and I don't know what next year's gonna look like, but hopefully we're healthy as a group. Hopefully the employees are getting their preventative care, everybody's getting their checkups, and next year, there's nothing crazy or catastrophic that impacts the district from a claim standpoint. You can't plan for that or project that, right? We just never know. But as it stands today, based off of dollars and cents and savings, this is the option that we came to the table. Brought it over to Rob and me and the team. So, again, I know that was a lot. We can go, I told y'all I was gonna table page 5 for a second, but if we go to page, I'm sorry, it wasn't page 5. It was page 6. This is your medical cost history. This is the homework I had to do to kind of find what's happened with the district year over year, going back to 21, 22. So if you wanted to say, Angel, what do I need to look at here, brother? It's this dark piece, the bolded area, I'm sorry, where it says total plan cost. That's what the costs have changed year after year. So 3.1 million, 3.2, 3.1 again, then this last year, 3.7. It jumped up so much because it was claims. Honestly, remember the district pays claims after $500, the deductible. I sprain an ankle, my wife and my kid sprains an ankle, you guys are paying for the rest of the year. And anything I go get treated for. So notice that big jump from 3.1 to 3.7. And then it came down back to 3.1, which that's the number I'm using on all my proposals. If you look at all the number, that's the one I started with. There is a decrease, but that's because your population went down. Where it says enrolled here at the top, it went from 232 enrolled down to 188. Because I know there's been some layoffs and all that type of thing. So that's why the cost went down. If you still had 232, we'd still be about 3.7-ish million, right around there. But it only went down because our participation went down.
And what would you say would have led to having the insurance premiums being low from 2019 to now? Is it just is it the district's fault that we did not increase the premium percentage wise? Or could it have been that we had an account that was funded excessively that could have paid?
I think that's what it was. I think there was money to offset any increases that happened throughout the year. I don't know if it was reserves or what it was exactly, but I think that was probably the message. And so if we don't have to hurt our employees, let's not do it. Let's keep it the same. We've got some extra funds here. Let's roll. That's my guesstimate. That's just, I don't have anything to support that, but in my experience, that's got to be the only way it worked. Because anybody else, it would have graduated, and we would have done, like I say, I use the analogy step therapy. We would have done that therapy and increased my portion as an employee and your portion as a district overall month to month over the last course of 6 years. And we still might have been in this situation, but we would have been prepared for it. Because then I could have said, hey, last year y'all's premium was $750. We're recommending $800 now. And then kind of that trend. It's a little easier to swallow a $50 difference than almost half, right? So again, I'm not sure it's anybody's fault. I just think that there was other solutions that, year over year to cover some of those costs, and those solutions aren't here today. So now we've got to it's kind of a drastic change because we're increasing deductibles on our people. The premiums are increasing a little bit, but again, because you're not paying that excess in claims, it at the end of the day is going to save the district. So, my next step, Mr. Ross already gave me homework, but is to try to put those numbers together, just so we have the numbers in front of us. What's the employee gonna pay, employee, spouse, children, all the things that I didn't get his name, that Vince asked me about, Mr. Martinez, to put that in front, and then, because the annual difference is already there, it's on that page I told y'all to kind of earmark. That's gonna show you it's 417 grand in total savings. I was happy that I was even able to do that, because I thought we weren't gonna get any.
And it's not just the deductibles that are increasing, right? There's increasing the in and out, or I guess the in-network, out-of-network's probably gonna increase.
Yes.
The retail copay is increasing,
It's an overall.
everything, right? And this is just the health benefits, right? This says not dental, vision.
Right, well, all that's handled through, First Financial, I think. First Financial is another firm that handles y'all's benefits on that, in that regard. This is just medical insurance. I'll do some quotes in the back, but y'all already have First Financial, so ignore the quotes in the back for the dental and things like that.
Is there a possibility of savings if we include dental and vision?
Not anything significant. Y'all have, the way you're bucketed and situated with First Financial, that you can't take a plan out or you're gonna lose the savings right there on all the other plans y'all have. It's an insurance strategy. When it's packaged already. So this is strictly medical, the conversation we're having today. And again, it started with talking about money and how to save. And then as we started meeting and conversing and collaborating, then I started getting recommendations. Well, yeah, we can save you money, but we're gonna have to almost rob Peter to pay Paul. Increase deductibles, increase copays, change some out-of-network stuff. The good thing, other than saving money, but another good thing is if we stay with Blue Cross Blue Shield, the doctors don't change. So that was another thing that I know is important down here, is I used to, y'all know Castroville, City of Hondo, I used to work those municipalities, and that was important. You're in rural towns, so making sure that you have an insurance that has at least 1 or 2 or 3 doctors in the network in their town, that was important. So Blue Cross Blue Shield, strategically, I'm like, we gotta try to stay there. That way it doesn't impact anybody from that standpoint. You can still go wherever, if you're on the insurance, you can go wherever you've gone before. That isn't gonna change, but the benefits and the cost will change, especially the cost on the families.
Is there an option of going to state when the TRS?
Yeah, the TRS?
Yeah.
There is an option, and I wanna say their best benefit, well, number one, their benefits are HMO. Number one, and HMO network is super small. Number one there, but I think it was 3.14 million if you were on their best, if we put everybody on their best plan option, that wasn't an HMO, it would have been 3.14 million, I believe. I crunched the number, but I didn't bring it, if everybody was on that plan. That's pretty close to where it's at now.
Dental insurance just doesn't.
Yeah, I've heard of a lot of different things there. And you've got to kind of strategize and plan ahead. You've got to apply almost a year in advance. So again, I told Robert and the team, I care about you guys. I've been working with Yvonne, me and everybody, and my goal here was to help. And that's what we think what we're doing here by trying to give this long 20, 30 minutes that I've been up here. I've spent a lot of time as much as I can. It's because I know we're in a pinch. So, any questions? Anything?
Do you have any questions?
Robert, is there anything you needed to add or anything you want to add? You got to help for me.
Let me just mention something real quick. In the plan that Mr. Advan just mentioned, on page 8, the district, and you pointed that out, the district contributes approximately $473 per month to employee. That normally would have been a cost of about $1.7 million, $1,759,000. It is actually paid about 1.7 million above that already. Because of the claims weren't covered, because of the low rate. Going up, it would actually increase only to the district about $692,000 from what we were scheduled to pay on the normal. So it is a financial part for the district as it is for the employees. Expectation will not be.
So, that's my story, guys. Again, I'm here for you guys, 100%. I've got homework. I'm gonna try to crunch a little bit more numbers just to really dial in on the dollars that it will impact everybody, employee and spouse, children, family, and what the difference is. But I promise you, Mr. Martinez, employee only, it's not gonna be big, very much of a shift. When you get to the spouse, child, and family coverage, $200-300 differences. But that's the business. You guys can Google search all of that. Challenge you.
And that's monthly, right?
Yes, sir. No, that's per pay.
Per pay.
Yes, sir. Yep. So, I appreciate y'all's time. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Are these annuals or peri-annuals? Because all my annuals die.
Well, I don't have a green thumb, so I can promise you I didn't.
But they look like peri-annuals, right?
Oh,
Never mind.
I can grow bluebonnets.
you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
think
It's our
so.
standard of.
Like plants and animals.
Appreciate it, Robert.
Thank you, sir.
Next time we have a decision,
Yes.
is it next Wednesday? I don't know.
They might have to approve it next, Monday or Wednesday.
Monday or Wednesday. But again, that page 8, that's the annual savings, that's the recommendation. I'm not sure there's any other option.
If I may, sir, I have a question. Those figures that you quote down there where it says monthly premium, it's not monthly, it's bi-monthly? The employees get paid twice a month,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that correct?
These are the monthly costs, because that's what I gotta do homework on, to show the employee costs. So this is just giving you just an idea of what the overall monthly cost of the plan is.
Of the district or the employee?
Altogether, it's not broken out by district or employee on my illustrations.
On 8 here, for fully assured for employee only, it's $998 total.
Total.
That includes the district 473 and the difference the employee's gonna pay.
So if you're gonna do the math, it would be that if the district covers the 779, that you would subtract from here and subtract from here. That would be the monthly.
Okay, so you're not looking at this one.
This one is for current, what it is today. This is if you moved over, then the recommendation would be to cover that amount, the 779.
Okay.
And that's why I was saying, it seems like a bigger number, but because the district's not just covering 473 right now. You're covering 473 and all the claims. The claims cost, and that's what's making it so expensive. If you move to what we're saying to move to, you're only paying 779, no extra, nothing more. And that is still cheaper, 590,000 cheaper annually.
But for a family, it's 2,268, and the district will only be paying 779 of that. So the other $1,200-1,300 is gonna
Times
come.
12 divided by 24, and that's your pay.
That's gonna be per.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Any more questions? No, thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Under informational items, MOU for Family Services Association, the FAST program.
It's the FAST program, and it's just an annual, it's the annual MOU with Family Services and the services that they provide for the district.
And we had them forever, right?
Correct.
Family,
Yes.
the FAST program.
And they assist us quite a bit. A young lady that comes in and she'll provide educational courses on substance abuse at our DAP and AC. They do try to work with families. They work with our students. They also provide outside counseling if needed for our students.
Questions on that? Okay, on C, Crystal City ISD employee dress code, 2005, 2006.
Any changes?
I see a change, on the tattoos for the employees. I mean, last year was tattoos must be covered at all times. But on this one, it's like, it's only gonna pertain to some items.
And either way, it says visible tattoos must be covered at all times. It's,
Was it tattoos that are distracting or sexual?
those fall under not acceptable.
If an employee shows up with something like that, will the employee be sent home?
They're,
Move from the student population.
yeah, they have to be covered up at all times.
Yeah, I think I guess the item above that section, it says visible tattoos must be covered,
Oh, yeah.
covers all.
It covers the tattoo.
Okay, I didn't get to. Okay,
I have a question.
yes, sir.
It's only because I forgot to ask, let's get under the student conduct. I was asked to find out about, what do we mean by knee? By knee, is it the middle of the knee, at the top of the knee, or the bottom of the knee? What do we mean by knee length?
For the students,
Because like I know that the students is 2 inches above the knee.
Yes.
Okay, unfortunately, I'm picking on the girls, right? Or maybe even the guys and the shorts that they're wearing, I don't know. But is it the middle of the knee, 2 inches above the middle of the knee, or the top of the knee? You know how the knee slopes?
Top of the knee,
So it'd be 2 inches above that.
2 inches above the top of the knee.
Okay, so maybe we need to
Tips.
clarify on that because, maybe-
like on the employee dress code, it goes to, where does it go to get approved?
When a student is,
The administrative team, feedback from teachers, or,
administrative team. Anytime there's a question about regarding dress code, that is handled by our assistant principal or principal.
so they never have recommended to wear jeans?
They reviewed the dress code just last week,
Yes.
What, the jeans?
the administrators.
They what?
The principals reviewed the employee dress code last week with the,
They didn't mention anything about. My way of thinking is because, I mean, it does say here, I mean, you wear jeans on Friday, spirit shirt, or the principal accepted or whatever. But then you see it, I mean, well, we're gonna do this thing, so jeans are allowed. We're gonna reward you, so jeans are allowed. So to me, I mean, half of the year, I mean, have it wearing jeans, so why not? Let them wear jeans, but if that's what they want, so it's okay. But I see a lot in different activities that they're allowed by the principals.
I think
I think they use it as an incentive, that's why.
Yes.
Well, they will be incentive to be,
If we take away the incentive, then have to come up with another
I
incentive.
just wanted,
what about, Sammy, you have a question?
well, I just wanted to add on the tattoos, like, if you guys were for it, but to me, tattoos are not really a distraction nowadays. Everybody has tattoos. I mean, of course, like you all say, what is it when they're improper or improper or whatever, for sure. But tattoos nowadays, man, everybody has them. So, I mean, I don't even think that should be on there, but that's just my opinion. I just wanted to say that, see what you guys thought.
Anything else on dress code? D, the daily schedule the students, the staff and everything.
I think it just needs to get updated on this sheet, or this is 7:45, and is that the new time, right?
It's,
It's supposed to be 7:45 for secondary, I'm sorry, that's a misprint.
And 7:45 for the
Elementary.
elementary.
so it's both 7:45?
Yeah.
This was decided by
Principals.
principals.
Administrators.
So you don't see like a commotion with everybody,
Confusion, traffic.
the whole district coming out, high school kids, I mean, elementary kids, I mean, that's this, when I go pick up my grandkids, I mean, if they're at, Tomas Rivera, Zavala, I mean, it's chaos. So now, I mean, high school is gonna be getting out, Black Junior High is getting out, so to me, I mean, it's gonna be chaos, I mean,
See a traffic issue as well. I think a traffic issue, and then just I guess a confusion of sort. I mean, it's gonna take time to get used to it, right, for the community. The biggest thing is the traffic issue with all the schools getting out at one time. And then parents or teachers that have to drop off their kids as well and not being able to get from one campus to the next or whatever the case is. And if you leave it at, I guess the morning supervision is still staying at 7:30? Last year we started, I mean, it was still all the time at 7:30, even though the classes were different.
but the supervision is at 7:30, but also the sign in is at 7:30, so you're gonna have people running in to sign in and be late for supervision. I don't know, I mean, I have a concern with all the campuses, I mean,
Central office and campus administration are not the kings, because when you have the staff going at 7:30 and the kids drop off at 7:45, you might have some you might have some personnel late because they drop the kids off before 7:45. They would have to drop them off before 7:30. And then we have to make arrangements if, we're gonna have people out there before 7:30 to supervise the kids when they are dropped off before 7:30. It's something to think about, something we need to think about.
yeah.
And
Do you have any input with this, Mr. Rios? Do you have a problem with it?
Well, the way I see it, the high school and junior high pickups are gonna be in the same place, right? So it's gonna be on the other side. And the Zavala, I do see a little bit of problem because it's gonna be packed. There's gonna be, I mean, traffic everywhere but it's traffic everywhere regardless of junior high, high school, because junior high and high school will stay on the other side. And then we have Zavala, BJ, and DTR that are gonna be released at the same time that they were last year. So I don't see a lot of problems, which is the same problems we've been talking about, the 11th Street, the Javelina Drive. But I mean, we're gonna be out there. I know administration's gonna be out there. We're gonna be out there the first couple of weeks to see how it goes and to see what we can do so that the flow can.
Okay.
now, what about, has there been discussion with the transportation department?
We're gonna talk on Friday. We already had a meeting with transportation. So we're getting there. We're making a plan. So we're making a plan to see what's better for everybody.
But the plan has to be ready by Monday,
The plan is gonna be ready by Monday.
or Thursday, or
And
Monday.
the plan is gonna be ready by Monday.
Now, I mean, in talks with the transportation, is there gonna be I guess since everybody's getting dropped off at 7:30, are there enough buses to get the kids to school?
That would
Is
be,
there
I mean, I'm more than sure.
Is there any commingling of high school students with elementary kids on the buses, or does that currently happen already?
They already, if I may, transportation's already reassigned some of the bus drivers already to deal with this issue. So it's already being taken care of this year. There should be no problems.
Well, just, I mean, monitor and, I mean, there's corrections or whatever, I mean, it can always be changed. I remember last year when we, some of the teachers were asking for a 5-minute lunch period that was requested by Mr. Espinoza, then all of a sudden, no, I mean, it doesn't work, whatever. Have we gotten any, I know the last couple of years, the county was paying for, cross guards, I mean.
Yeah, actually, we do, but we do have a crosswalk. I had, like I said, I had a meeting with maintenance, and we have everybody in place. Right now, we have everybody in place, and we also have a secondary. So if that one that's supposed to be there is not there, the secondary is gonna kick in. So we do have everybody, all the crosswalks are taken care of. We do have, thanks to the board, to the superintendent administration, we do have an extra officer this year, so it's gonna be helpful. It's gonna be really, really helpful.
But my question was, I know the county has a lot of money for, paying people for that specific, we had Fernando, we had, Fernando, este, that were being paid by the county. Has anybody contacted you?
There's one that's gonna be assigned to the 7th, that one, and then we have another one that's still pending to come in. So we do have two from the county.
So.
That's gonna help out.
And so the kids that are driving, they'll still have ample parking space like that are.
Not the nutrition center, that's off limits. That'll be at.
We own it.
That's, the judge, that's the county, that's
ours.
That's.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's still leased to the county.
So we did, at one point, did have the access, and it was closed off for us.
So where will students be able to park?
The students are able to park if they have a driver license, if they have insurance, they'll park inside the facility. If not, they have to park over there where they park is over there by the tennis courts.
And they have to have a parking path?
Parking permit to park inside the
Okay.
high school building, the high school facility.
Is that parking lot by the tennis courts not school property?
That's school property.
So should they have a parking permit over there as well?
It's never been required, so they know that if they don't have a parking pass, they go park over there.
Does the district have any liability if anything happens to those cars or in that, since it's our property?
I'm not too sure if they would, I mean, no problem.
Okay.
Keep an eye and, keep us posted, it's the revised school calendar for 25-26.
I just have one comment, sir. I believe the state's gonna have another special session, if they haven't already started it, where they're gonna deal with the STAR. And it might happen for the school year where they would change it to, instead of 1 in the spring, they want to change it to 3. 1 in September, call it the whatever, and the mid one and somewhere in December, January maybe, and the end one sometime in May or.
They'll start testing.
So that being the case, we need to be ready to adjust our calendar.
Testing. Well, that's something that we're gonna have to adjust, I mean, waiting because it didn't pass the last time, so I don't know.
I think Matthew will be on top of it. He's.
And we have the system in place. Cause we.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We give, what do you call those exams? Yeah, we give them anyway, so it's very easy.
No, I mean, it would be much better for the kids because, I mean, when the kids are testing, I mean, just that week and then they're based on that, I mean, they're rating the schools, they're rating the students. I mean, it's better you teach for a couple of weeks, you test them, see how much. Because by the time that the Star Cup comes around, I mean, that information might be lost by the kids. The change on the calendar was for what reason?
I'm trying to, Anna, where was the change in the calendar?
The early release dates, 30 PM early release dates, those gray and red ones.
Okay.
And early release dates that were added.
How many were added?
10.
10 were added?
Early release at 3 o'clock. And those are the early, is the PLC early release program students.
Are the kids still gonna meet the minimum minutes?
Yes, they should.
Either one of those days. These are the ones that I believe they were approved with the waiver that they was submitted to TA.
Yes.
So the release time is gonna be at what time for those kids?
At 3 p.m.
On the calendar, I think, and just see the start, well, the start time's 7:45 already, never mind, sorry.
And that we, sorry, I haven't really seen the calendar, I mean. Now that the, Spanish Festival is gonna be, earlier, we have
We have
the following Monday, the holiday.
Yes.
And the third.
And Miss Anna, for our kids taking dual credit, are they having the same spring break as us?
I believe so.
Yes,
Okay, good.
I believe when we planned out the calendar, we
Yeah.
made sure on that one.
okay, I guess.
Why are the early releases always on Wednesday?
In prior years, we always had PLC Wednesday, and that was time for our principals to conduct data analysis with the staff. Right now, principals really don't have that time for PLCs. And with this, with these early releases, it gives the principals and the teachers the time after a CBA, after any unit assessment, they can sit down and actually look at student data, look at student artifacts, and look at exactly where students might be having the gaps. It'll give them more time. So,
And the only reason I ask why it's on Wednesday, because, I mean, I would think you'd want to start your weekend a little bit earlier. You're moving to Fridays and things, it aligns with games, it aligns with all extracurricular that need to be, I mean, it just, my personal thoughts on it.
Wednesdays is right in the middle of the week. I know that Tuesdays are always busy. We always have some game. Fridays, we always have several type of games, and I just from experience, once we get into spring season, Fridays are golf, track, tennis, baseball, softball.
The early release to me would benefit more, since the kids wouldn't be losing out of instructional time or anything.
But then we would have those teachers missing out if they teach a core content, especially a core content. And then even then, our coaches help us out quite a bit. So Wednesday was that day where there's not a lot of interference.
Okay, then I need a motion to adjourn. Motion. Bonilla, second. Nosa, questions, concerns? All in favor? Sammy, hope you get better.
In favor.
Bye-bye,
Thank you,
Sammy.
thank you. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all.